Hello, I am Dr. Shivani Bansal, consultant physician at Sai Eye Care and Medical Center. WHO designates B.1.529 as variant of concern. This new COVID variant has been named as Omicron. The viruses have always been known to undergo changes in their genomes, which is called mutations. If these mutations are one or many, then this is termed as the variant of the original virus. Now, these variants can be either just a variant of interest or it is labeled as a variant of concern, depending on how much the properties of that virus is different from the original virus. It is termed as the variant of concern when the properties of that virus changes in the form of that it becomes more contagious, or the virulence or the disease causing capacity of the virus increases, or there are changes in the effectiveness of the existing treatment, response to the vaccines, and there's some difference in diagnosing that virus. This Omicron virus has been proved to be having a number of mutations, approximately 50 mutations have been reported, and 32 of these mutations have been found at the spike proteins and approximately 10 mutations in the receptor binding protein. This spike protein is a very important part of virus because this is the protein against which the antibodies are formed and help the body to fight against this COVID virus. Now, if this spike protein itself is mutated, then the antibodies which are there in the bodies, maybe due to the previous infections or because of the vaccination, they may not be very effective against this new strain of Omicron. So, it may lead to an immune escape mechanism that there may be increased chances of reinfections, or we may observe some vaccine failures. But till date, we have not enough data. We need to still wait and watch how this virus responds. Moreover, in South Africa, there initially it was labeled as a variant of interest, but seeing the huge surge in the number of cases, almost a fourfold increase in the number of cases over 2 weeks, it was shifted to the category of variant of concern. The symptoms which are caused by the Omicron virus infection consist of presence of the scratchy throat, feeling of extreme tiredness and body ache. Till date, no noted cases of severe oxygen level drops have been recorded. Most of the patients who were infected have recovered with hospitalization, and this virus doesn't seem to cause any loss of smell or taste. The routine RT-PCR test can be used to detect this Omicron virus, but a change has been observed in the form of a S gene dropout in this RT-PCR test. 3 genes are tested in RT-PCR. If there's a S gene dropout, that favors the presence of Omicron infection, which can be further confirmed with the help of the genome sequencing. It remains a fact that there's a decline in the efficacy of vaccines over a period of time. We need to develop new generation of vaccines to cover up with these mutations. I can also say here that maybe in near future we may have bivalent or trivalent type of vaccines which may be effective against various types of strains of these COVID strains, like we have always seen in influenza vaccine, that new vaccines come almost annually. Now with the evolving time, we have seen the trials have become easier and they can be shortened, and this technology for mRNA vaccine is available with the help of which we may be able to develop the vaccines over a period of maybe 6 to 8 weeks. More data is required to say whether India will need there will be guidelines for the booster vaccination for vulnerable population, but it seems to be most likely, like we followed the regime earlier, that the elderly population, the healthcare workers, the frontline workers, maybe the government will release some guidelines for their booster vaccination. And especially if this virus has been as it has been showing a immune escape mechanism, so maybe a booster dose for COVID vaccine may be recommended for India as well. Moderna also declared that maybe they are preparing a booster vaccination, and that may be in market for in next 2 to 3 weeks. Recommendation at the national level are proper surveillance of these COVID cases, genome sequencing, because these days the number of cases is not too high in the country, so we can go for genome sequencing whenever, wherever required, and a close observation of any of the clusters for COVID. Recommendation for the people are maintaining a COVID appropriate behavior like physical distance of approximately 2 meters, wearing a well-fitting mask, open windows to improve the ventilation, avoiding poorly ventilated or crowded spaces, keeping hands clean, cough, sneezing into a bent elbow or into a tissue, and getting vaccinated whenever their turn is.